Hey everybody, welcome back. Hope you all had a very, very Merry Christmas. I know not everybody celebrates, but if you did, I hope you had a good one with your family and friends. Hopefully not too stressful. I know I had some minor stressful moments myself, coordinating timing and everything else, but hey, it's all worked out. We're all good. We're alive, had a good time, and now we're back. So something that's kind of expected, something you tend to see with a lot of these budget cuts and financial issues we're seeing around the world, especially with entertainment, Hollywood, the big companies like Amazon, Hulu, Netflix. They've all been adding a lot more commercials into their services, and of course you can always pay extra if you want to somehow bypass that, but let's be honest, people are going to be more inclined to pirate things than they are to give more money to corporations to avoid commercials. Or you know, ad blockers are a thing, they don't always work in every circumstance. Well, Amazon's jumping on that bandwagon. It looks like they are going to offer, starting in January, that if you don't want to see commercials, you can pay an extra $3 a month. Now, Amazon's already gone up quite a bit in the last few years. It started off reasonably, decently affordable. It's gotten a little more expensive. At this point, it's a lot smarter if you're going to do a lot of shopping throughout the year to pay for the entire year ahead of time. But I can't even fathom what I'm paying for a year of Amazon, adding an extra $3 a month on top of that. So for me, that's going to make me ask some questions about how much I really want to spend. But again, we do a lot of shopping on Amazon, so it kind of all works out, I guess. That being said, apparently a lot of their reasoning for this is that they need more money to add content to their streaming service, to add quality and to give you better content to see, I guess. I mean, I guess that's them referencing season 2 of Rings of Power, which is supposed to come out next year. And if you remember Rings of Power, most people thought it was complete crap, and it is. It's a trash show. It's also it's not just bad on its own. It's bad fan fiction if you're a fan of the Lord of the Rings stories. So that being said, with Rings of Power season 2 coming out next year, we're now getting rumors about how they're going to possibly race swap another character, this time being Sauron. And I know, shocker, right? And the weird thing about this is, this leak came from a website called Fellowship of Fans. And supposedly this actor, I believe his name is, let me scroll down here and see if I can find it. The name of the actor is Gavi Singh Chera. Might be mispronouncing that, I don't know. Supposedly he'll play Sauron in The Lord of the Rings Season 2. He will play the original form version of the character, which is meant to be angelic and ethereal per sources. In the flashback scenes, original form Sauron will have long hair. In present-day seasons in Aragion, he apparently has short hair. This is really strange because, well, there's a lot of reasons. Supposedly, they can also confirm that Annatar is a character name listed for Rings of Power Season 2, though no confirmation or evidence yet as to whether original form Gavi equals Annatar. So there's other parts of this that we could go through, but I kind of want to focus on this guy playing some version of Annatar. If you saw Season 1 of Rings of Power, they already created this character, played by Charlie Vickers, to play Annatar. Annatar was the alias of Sauron in the Second Age when he went to the elves and taught them how to make the Rings of Power. Now, the weird thing about that is they chose to create this character, Halbrand, I think his name was, played by Charlie Vickers in Rings of Power, because they couldn't use the name Annatar because it doesn't appear in the appendices to Return of the King. So I don't understand how this fan site supposedly has this leak about them using the name Annatar when they don't have the rights to Annatar. Amazon didn't purchase it. So there's this right there, makes me wonder if this is like just a rumor, if this is a stretch, if they're trying to create another Annatar-like character without saying it, on top of the fact that they already did the creation of the 3 Elven Rings. So why would Sauron appear twice as 2 different characters, either this, made-up Halbrand character and or, Annatar 2.0, played by 2 different actors? That none of this makes any sense. And of course, they used an Indian actor, which, again, it just fits what Amazon's doing. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying, let's look at the lore, okay? And I know people want to call you a bigot if you actually respect the lore. The entire point of Annatar, the character that Sauron played, the persona he put on, was that he was a emissary of the Maya. He was of the Valar. He was a angelic-like creature. Came to Middle Earth to teach the elves how to create these wonderful jewels and all that. and he wanted to look like them, or like what the elves would expect him to look like, in order to gain their trust. The elves all looked the same. This is where we get into this conflict of Rings of Power, where they had the dark-skinned elf. It didn't make any sense. Well, it doesn't make any sense either if they're going to have a character, after they already had Annatar in the form of Halbrand come back as Annatar 2.0 in this show, look like somebody who wouldn't look like he was from Valinor. I'm just saying, it doesn't make any sense. None of this is cohesive. This is like really bad fan fiction. I mean, you can even look at all, and this is from Screen Rant here, this is just the 10 forms of Sauron in The Lord of the Rings. And this includes like the movie versions and the Rings of Power. But in most of these, he is either his big, evil, hulking self, or some form of a werewolf, a vampire, a serpent. And they list Annatar / Halbrand, which is crazy because this is not in the books at all. No version of this. We're not even talking about like how Peter Jackson chose to portray Sauron in the movies as a physical eye that you could see the entire movie. I mean, that was open for interpretation, obviously. But what's crazy is the fact that there's no cohesion in this story. It's like season 2 is going to pretend season 1 didn't happen, which is fair because there's been a lot of rumors early on that they want to do like a soft reboot of the show because season 1 was so bad. Either way, let me know what you guys think. I'm so perplexed by this rumor. If it is true, how far are they going to push it? They can't actually say Annatar because Annatar is not in the appendices that they bought for $250 million. So I don't know how they're going to even tie this character in. They've already done the creation of the Elven Rings in the show. It doesn't make any sense. None of this is cohesive. I don't know. But you tell me what you guys think is going to happen down below. I'll be really curious to see how this shapes up. I'm sure the second season is going to be just as bad as the first. And I will see you guys on the next one. And if you made it this far, thank you for watching the video. We do have 2 channels, one for daily uploads, the other one for more of my live streams and hot takes. Links to both are down below, as well as the ability to join as a channel member for as little as $3 a month, and that'll greatly help us out. Much appreciated. We also have links to our Etsy accounts down below, as well as our website. We also have Locals and Subscribestar. If you didn't want to support us on YouTube, you can support us through those. Thanks again for being here, and we will see you on the next one.